After being banned from Churchill Downs for 2 years, Bob Baffert wants in this year's Kentucky Derby. Churchill Downs not budging from its Baffert ban. WDRB's Eric Crawford writes, the call has gone out, lawyers up. He's here to talk more about this. Good line and good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, Chris.
You know, Eric, we know that this centers around topical betamethasone that Bafferts team says was used for a skin condition. So what's their argument here?
Well, you know, they're saying that the ban on the drug on race days is basically to keep you from injecting it as a performance enhancer. They're saying they didn't use it as a performance enhancer. They were just trying to clear up a skin condition. And they say they have lab results that confirm that from a lab in New York that looked at all the ingredients and said, yeah, this could have been from an ointment.
Medina Spirit's positive test was not the first time that Baffert got into hot water. Another horse of his tested positive for the same substance. What happened then?
Well, this was Gamine. This was his really good filly that ran third in the Kentucky Oaks last September. Same substance. This was a different situation. This may have been where she got the injectable drug outside of the 2-week ban window where she got it. Anyway, Gamine was disqualified, and he accepted that disqualification. There was no suit. There was no legal action after that.
Clearly, you're an expert when it comes to the industry. So based on what you know, does Baffert have a case here, do you think?
It's really hard to tell because most of the time he does have a case. He's challenged these things in court before and had some success, but in this case he's not challenging a racing commission, which is basically a government entity. He's challenging Churchill Downs, which is a private business, and private businesses have a lot more leeway in how they run their matters, and Churchill has a right to enforce its rules.
And Churchill is ready for a court battle. It's pretty clear. Do you think this is going to get that far?
I believe it will. The only way it wouldn't would be if Bob Baffert and his attorneys decided, no, it's not worth it, let's accept this. But there's too much money at stake. There's a potential winning the Kentucky Derby. There's breeding rights for all these colts that he wants to try and get into the Derby. So I think, yeah, this is headed to court.
And why do you think it's so important for top executives at Churchill to fight this?
Well, Churchill's, what their line is that they're protecting the integrity of the race, and they're clearly not happy. They're upset that the last year's Kentucky Derby was marred by a positive drug test for a substance that they have clearly banned. Whether it was an ointment or an injectable doesn't matter to them. The State Racing Commission has yet to hold a hearing on all of this. They will be the ones who ultimately decide if Medina Spirit gets disqualified for this drug offense.
If Baffert does get his way, he does have some horses that could qualify for the Derby.
Yeah, he sure does. He's always got a bunch, and this year is no different. He has the 2-year-old presumed champion, the Breeders' Cup juvenile winner, Corniche. He's got, just in the Sham Stakes here not long ago, the first big stakes race of the year, he had horses that ran first and second. He's got a half dozen who are probably hopefuls for the Kentucky Derby. They likely wouldn't all make it, but he's got some heavy hitters, and he wants to get them in the race, and their owners want to be in the race. So there's another people with money that want to be in the race. Do they stay with Baffert? Do they go to other trainers? This legal action will be very interesting to watch.
We'll have to see what happens. Thank you, Eric. As always, appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
And Eric writes more right now about this story on WDRB.com.